Professional warriors called samurai were Japan's ruling class for 700 years. Samurai were brave and skilled warriors. They had to be trained mentally and physically before going into battle.
Kill the enemy!
When samurai went into battle, they wore heavy armor and weapons. Panels of armor covered their chests and arms. They also had to put on a scary mask to frighten the enemy. And then they put a helmet over it. Samurai warriors fought with bows and arrows, spears and swords. Spears were used to knock riders off their horses, but a sword was the samurai's most valuable possession. Swords were passed down from other important warriors. I am passing this sword down to you for your courage and skill.
Thank you, I will use this in battle.
Samurai warriors had to be trained to fight, but they also had to learn to be trained in preparedness and in self-control. They could never relax because an attack could happen when they least expect it. One trainer surprised a warrior by hitting him with a stick. Warriors became more familiar with the element of surprise. Ah!
Ow, that hurt. What was that for?
I am training you to be on your guard. Enemies will lead surprise attacks or come up behind you. You need to have better reflexes. Beginner samurai warriors fought with bow and arrow. Later, the art of swordsmanship became more important. Young warriors had to have lots of training. They practiced until they could shoot an arrow perfectly without thinking. Another important thing young warriors had to learn was breathing properly when they shot. They also had to learn while riding on horseback.
This is too hard. I can't shoot properly when I'm riding on horseback.
The samurai had a unique style of battle. The two armies would stand apart from each other. They would shout out their names, their ancestors' names, heroic deeds, and reasons for fighting. Then the armies would advance and fight. Each samurai would find an opponent who matched him in rank. Samurai would try to knock him off his horse, wrestle him to the ground, or slit his throat.
Frank!
Steve! Once the battle was done, warriors would cut off the heads of the enemies they had defeated. They cut off the heads to prove to the warlord that they had really killed the enemy and won the fight. Then the heads were mounted on boards and cleaned. The lord who had won would reward his warriors with either horses, swords, armor, or lands.